headliner of this one, obviously, Damian Lillard. Pretty shot. Lillard, 30-footer is in. Balance shot. My goodness.
Oh, my
Look
goodness.
at this shot by Lillard.
Goodness. That one from the NBA logo.
Oh, what a defensive play by Lillard. Down by one. LeVert for the lead. No, it's over, and Portland survives.
It feels better going into the playing game knowing that our 8 games we had to work for. So we deserve to be where we're going.
Right where they need to be, and I guess that's what happens when Damian Lillard scores 154 points in a matter of just 3 games. It is absolutely ridiculous. Hello, everyone. Welcome into First Take on this Friday. I'm Charlie Arnold. Joining me, so happy to be back working with these two gentlemen. We have Max Kellerman, Stephen A. Smith, also Kendrick Perkins here to help kick off things today. All right, guys. On Monday, the NBA playoffs will begin, and it looks like the Trailblazers will be the 8th seed if all goes to plan this weekend. So let's start right there. Last night was quite the showdown. Dame Dalla doing it again, dropping 42 to help the Trailblazers overcome the Nets and get one step closer to securing a spot in the playoffs. Now this weekend, Portland, along with the Grizzlies, will play in the NBA's first ever play-in round, competing for the 8th seed. All the Blazers need to do is win either game on Saturday or Sunday to advance. And once they do, they've got the top dog Lakers on Tuesday. Stephen A., let's start with you. Is it an automatic, you think, that the Lakers are going to beat out the Trailblazers?
No, it's not automatic. It's not automatic by any stretch. Now, I know that Portland makes it seem that way, the way they play defense, because they're horrid most of the time defensively. But offensively, these brothers are special. And I just can't say enough about the bubble MVP, as far as I'm concerned. That is Damian Lillard. This brother was nothing short of spectacular last night. Pulling up from the logo, pulling up from 30 near the beginning of the game, driving to the basket, putting forth assists, just doing everything that you want a superstar in the face of a franchise to do. The brother is special. It's just that simple. This side of Steph Curry at the point guard spot, he might be the most lethal dude in the NBA because of his shot-making ability, and to accept and embrace the challenge the way that he has. To talk about before the bubble even took place that he needed to come there with a purpose. He wasn't just coming there to play 8 regular season games. They wanted a chance to get in, and to find themselves in this position right now, you just can't say enough. C.J. McCollum with his back issues, only shot 9 of 21 from the field, but that was a big-time pull-up, Jay, in the last couple of minutes that he made to help stave off Karis LeVert and the Brooklyn Nets. The other thing is Nurkic. This brother, obviously he's got to improve defensively, but offensively, he is so special, and it's great to see him back as well. He really gives them a presence on their front court. You look at what they can do offensively. They can beat anybody. They can outscore anybody. But the likelihood of them being able to beat the Lakers in a 7-game series with LeBron and Anthony Davis, you're going to have to be able to play defense. I don't think that's the case, but obviously it's not a foregone conclusion that the Lakers are going to just run over them if indeed the Portland Trailblazers end up getting in that first round and meeting them, because the Lakers have had trouble making shots. If they're not making shots, Portland can beat them. That's why it's not a foregone conclusion that the Lakers will win that series, even though they should obviously be favored to do so.
That's why it might go 6 games. And all respect due to Damian Lillard, who, as I said yesterday, he's the bubble MVP. He's been something special. I remember going back now, it's a bunch of years, 5, 6 years at least, where we were on Sports Nation. I think we were talking about, like, who would you build around to win a championship? You know, the way we do nowadays with Luka or Zion or Morant, or who would you build around? And I remember thinking it came down to, based on their age and how they were and the trajectory and the attitude, AD and Lillard. I think Lillard was my second pick. And he's been up and down in terms of big moments where it looked like, oh, man, I thought he'd do better against Drew Holiday. Or I thought they might have put a better team around him by now. Or he would have improved defensively. He has taken his game to an absurd level nowadays. Like the leadership, the steal he had last night late in the game. Obviously, the scoring. Everyone can see that. He can score from everywhere on the floor, anywhere on the floor. The fact that he stayed in Portland, that he didn't ring chase, that he's a leader. He's exactly who you want leading your franchise. But you're right, Stephen A. They don't play enough defense to beat the Lakers. Let's be honest. They were lucky to win last night. LeVert had a pretty good look. It was a good enough look. It could have easily gone, and they'd have been done. And that's the Nets, who are a scrappy team, and LeVert is a baller. But they didn't have anything to play for last night. They had professional pride, but their season was over. And it came down to the wire, and the Blazers were a little lucky to advance. Let's put it that way. You know, when you are not hitting the last shot, but you're relying on their best player missing a good enough look, you got a little bit lucky. I think that Lillard is great enough. Also, Carmelo had an uncharacteristic unclutch night. Whatever I've said about Carmelo being washed in the past, and he obviously isn't. He's a good player, a good starter on a good team. He usually hits those shots throughout his career you need him to hit. It didn't happen last night. So I'm not going to pretend everything went right from them. On the other hand, McCollum had a good game with his broken back, right? So I think when you look at them in totality, Lillard is amazing. He has a good supporting cast. They do not play any defense. They were lucky last night to win and advance maybe to the playoffs, and I don't see them even extending this Lakers team a full 7, but I think they'll give them a tough 6.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.